everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now anytime you see me down here on the floor, you know it's about to get really real. So if you are new here, hi, my name is Becca. I'm a music teacher who blogs over at beccasmusicroom.com, and I sell on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I have just been trying to share any little tiny bit of knowledge I've been able to glean about Teachers Pay Teachers with all of you, because I could not find really much of anything when I was looking to start my shop, and I just really want other people to feel empowered about it. So today we're going to talk about the biggest mistake you're making with your marketing. If you are excited about that, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share so that other people can find this video as well. Who's texting me? No one ever texts me. Health empowers. Go away. So I'm down here on the floor. That means it's about to get real. I've got my coffee. Y'all, fun fact, coffee mugs are right-handed. Because if you're right-handed, the fun stuff faces you. But when you're left-handed, it faces everybody else. It's very sad. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about marketing. Now, this is something that's kind of plagued me for a while. For the little bit of stuff that I could find on Teachers Pay Teachers was mostly the TPT podcast. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I'll look it up so I can tell you. And in this podcast, for the first few seasons, there were very specific questions that they would ask every single guest that they had on. And the Elite Entrepreneurs podcast. There we go. So at first they would ask the same thing every time. Now this season they have finally switched it to something else in just a little bit different format. But one of the questions they always used to ask was, how much time do you spend on marketing and how much time do you spend on product creation? And it used to really confuse me because I was like, I barely spend any time on marketing and just make content. And then as I got this YouTube channel, I had people ask me that question. They're like, how much time do you spend on marketing? How much time do you spend on product creation? Like, what kind of percentage divide would you have? And again, I was like, I don't spend that much time on marketing. And I finally figured out the problem. And it's not my problem, it's actually your problem. It's the problem that you're having with your marketing. And that is that you see it as, maybe not you, but you know, in general, people are seeing it as marketing and products when you should be seeing it as marketing and content. Now that doesn't seem like a huge distinction to make, but it makes a huge difference. The reason is because most of your quote unquote marketing efforts are really going to be just things that are part of your content. So if you are, let me make sure I keep on track. I wrote like 2 pages of notes, y'all. So the reason we need to distinguish between the two different things is because content encompasses a lot more than just your TPT products. Content encompasses YouTube videos, it encompasses blog posts, it encompasses Instagram posts. All of those things are content that you should be creating if you're making resources. Now, why do you need to make all the things? Sorry, push that out of the focus. Why do you need to make all the things if you're creating resources? Well, because content, especially high quality, good content, shows people that you're there, helps people find you, and makes it so that people know, like, and trust you before they ever have to make a purchase. So the whole point is that if you make good content, then the sales will come. So stop thinking of blog posts as marketing. Stop thinking of YouTube videos as marketing. So what do I actually consider to be marketing? Personally, I consider marketing to be creating graphics, posting on Instagram about my products, or scheduling social media feeds, and then making pins or figuring out ads. And that's pretty much it. As far as blog posts, YouTube videos, all of those kind of things, I consider that to be content because I create content. Now, this could be because I started as a blogger and not as a TPT shop owner, but still. Now, the reason content is so important is that people need to know, like, and trust you. how do they get to know, like, and trust you? Well, they try out some of your stuff and see if it works. So the more content that you give for free, the more people will know, like, and trust you. Now you're like probably thinking, but Becca, if I give all the things away for free, then no one's gonna buy my stuff. Not true. So what's gonna happen is if you give things away for free, if you like, not necessarily make all your products free, but if you have blog posts and tutorials, and if you tell people on Instagram what you're doing in your classroom, instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna take this free stuff and then run with it, the opposite kind of happens. People say, oh, where did you get that? Where did you find that? Or even like for me, I often will write blog posts detailing a lesson plan, and then I'll have resources for that lesson in my TPT shop. And that's where I get most of my sales for lessons, is people reading it and they're like, oh man, I need those manipulatives. Oh, I want that PowerPoint. I don't want to have to make it myself. So they go to Teachers Pay Teachers and they purchase it. And that is because I'm giving them all the tools for free, and they could do it for free. I even do like literally the same lessons. Like I have a lesson of Breezes Are Blowing, which is a folk song. Love it. One of my favorites. And I have the entire thing detailed on my website, and people go from my website and then they go buy the thing that goes along with it, because it just makes it so much easier and it just makes it flow. So people would not be finding my resource as well if they had not been reading my blog and finding my blog. So make sure you focus on creating great content, whether that's blog content, YouTube content, Instagram content. There are some amazing teacher Instagrammers. I am not one of them, but there are other people who are really great at it, and they give a lot of content by showing pictures of what they're doing in their classroom and giving long descriptions about what they're doing. Or in the elementary music field, they'll show a little clip of a video of something they did in class. And I have found so many lessons from doing that. And I have gone on to their Teachers Pay Teacher stores and I've looked at purchasing their things, because when you see it, it just helps it. Content also helps you get found. Like I said, a lot of people find my lessons because they find my blog post about the lesson, and then they click over to TPT and they buy it. If I didn't have that blog post, that is one way that they would not be able to find it. Even to the point of the things that I sell the most are typically things that I talk about multiple different ways. So for example, I have a lesson that goes along with the book Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. I have a video about it and I have a blog post about it, and it's in the top 5 bestsellers every month in my shop, because I really truly believe it's because there's so many things driving it to there. It also means that you have more opportunities to talk to people on Instagram about it, to post it onto Facebook, because you can post to your blog post instead of being like, here's a product, go buy stuff, which is okay, but you know, you don't want to do that all the time. And even on Pinterest, you have more pins onto Pinterest, and personally I have found that pins to my website perform so much better than pins to Teachers Pay Teachers do. I don't know why. I also find that with Etsy. If I pin something to my website about Etsy, it does really well. If I pin the same picture to my Etsy shop, it doesn't do as well. I don't know why that is, but I have found that to be very true in my life. So having that, even just thinking, oh, I have, you know, 3 extra pins because I have 3 pins in my blog post, all leading to the same product, really helped to make that happen. Now, that doesn't mean all of your content needs to be just, here's a product, here's a product, here's a product. Your content needs to be just good in general. So just focus on creating great content. Think, what do people need to do? What do people need? How can I help them? Ask your audience what questions they have, and the more content you give for free, the more you will sell things. Now, that being said, feel free to talk about your products on your content. Just don't be like, here's a product, here's a product, here's a product, buy all my stuff. You don't want to be annoying. So try to kind of switch it up, switch it back and forth, so that you're not being annoying with your stuff, but do feel free to mention it. So a couple of examples that I have found of people who produce great content and that helps them sell things on Teachers Pay Teachers. Rap Opera for Kids that we just did the critique of, which I'll link down below. He has a lot of his videos. I'm not sure if it's all or just a lot because I didn't look that hard, up on YouTube for free, and he says YouTube converts really well for him, which makes sense because people are seeing his videos on YouTube and then they're like, oh my gosh, I need the stuff that goes along with that, and so then they go and they purchase his stuff. Another example is Pocket Full of Primary, which, oh my gosh, did you see that she was on the freaking Today Show? So awesome. She's doing awesome things, but she has a YouTube channel that is crazy huge, and there have been things that I have gone to her TPT shop and gotten because I saw it in a vlog and I was like, oh, I want that. She's not being obnoxious and like, here's all of my products, go buy everything. She's just, you know, talking about teacher things, talking about different things. She's vlogging and doing all these things and producing great content that people watch, and then they're like, oh hey, now I see that, I'll go buy it. Because a lot of times people just don't know your stuff is there when it comes down to it. Another example in the music world, because that's where I live, is there is a music teacher. He goes by Make Moments Matter, and he does what he calls Musical Mondays every Monday, where he does a live on Instagram and Facebook, and then he posts it to his podcast. And it literally is just, here's everything I'm teaching this week. And I've never asked him about it, but I'm sure that he gets a lot of sales from that because he's just showing people not only what he's doing, but how he's doing it, and just letting them know that his products are available if they want them. And again, everything you could totally do without the products, you could totally make it all yourself, but because he's already done it, most people just don't. So producing great content that mentions your products makes it so that people are aware that they exist, which you really, really need. And it provides more chances for them to get found on Google or on Pinterest or whatever. It gives you more chances to talk about them on social media. And it also makes people know, like, and trust you, because once they've done a lesson that you provided for free, they're a lot more willing to go and purchase something from you because they already know what kind of quality you're giving. They already know it's going to work because your last one worked. And people will choose you over other people. Going back to Make Moments Matter, I have been looking on Teachers Pay Teachers for different things, and I have gone to his stuff over other people's stuff because I trust him more, because I'm more familiar with him, because he gives so much away for free through his podcast and through his blog, and I see him all the time on Pinterest and I see his articles and I trust them because I've used them and I know that they work. So getting people to know, like, and trust you is really the main thing. We do that by producing great content, whether that means free products on TPT, but really it should mean through a blog or through an Instagram or through a Facebook or through a YouTube channel, or just through something so that people can get to know you a little bit better, get to know your products, get to know your teaching style, so that they will want to purchase more for you. The more you think of marketing versus content as opposed to marketing versus product creation, the better your store will do. I was gonna say guaranteed, but I'm not gonna guarantee it because there's always gonna be that outlier and someone's gonna be like, how dare you say blah, 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 you know. Anyway, I hope that that kind of helps to shift your perspective a little bit. I will soon be coming out with a video all about different TPT marketing things, because it is one of the most asked for videos, and I'm like, y'all, just content. But because it has been asked so many times, I will let you know some different things you can do for actual marketing, and then also let you know what I currently am doing so that you are just aware. Obviously that's going to change. It's different now than it was 6 months ago, and it's gonna change again in 6 months, but I'll let you know what's going on right now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this changed your perspective just a little bit. I hope you apply this and see some growth in your business. If you have any questions, always feel free to leave them down below. I say that every time. Take me up on it, please. And thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful week.